Hello friends, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Transport Fever. I'm on pause for the very straightforward reason of I'm exactly where we left off. No time has passed, not an instant has transpired in between the last episode and this one. So let's get it going. Exciting. People getting off the train, people getting on the train, and the train leaving the station. I hope that's what you turned up to see, because that's what you're going to get. Last time around, we started on what is a fairly significant odyssey towards financial security. Let's follow this fella up the track here, and it's going to work. I know it's going to work. Let's turn some of this red text off here. I know it's going to work because I've applied this solution no less than 3 times now, and it works every time. Basically, it hinges around rebuilding our finances from the ground up using passenger services, and none finer than the Metroliner for this particular task, because it's a fairly meaty investment up front, costing $16.5 million per train. But they carry 81, which is okay, but they have a top speed of almost 200 kilometers an hour. And that is not to be sniffed at. Someone's gone to town with the tree gun there, by the looks of it. Yes, so today, what are we going to be doing? Today we are going to continue with this project. Let's just repay some of this and get the repayment down at the end of the year. Let's... Oh, should we walk that through, or shall I do the big impressive music-y intro bit? Okay, well, I guess that answers that. Right, so yes, the current Metroliner setup that I've got, let's walk the route, friends, in case you didn't tune in last time. Takes us all the way from Boston, zips up the track, past the airport where nobody flies, through Warren, yes, and then down through Indianapolis, taking a sharp left here as we head out towards the West Coast and Henderson. It works really well. I could probably put an additional train on there, but actually I have another plan for that in the future, so I'm just going to leave that alone right now, because more critical than running multiple additional services is that the services I have are as highly paid as possible, as high earning as possible. Anyway, the next step in this road to financial security and recovery is the West Coast Mainline, which takes in Independence, Henderson, onwards to Salem, and then to Flint. Now, there's only 4 stations on this route, but it's quite an expensive operation to get from Henderson to Salem. If we just take our drone's eye view here, I've got another £1 million in the bank. Let's pay that down as well. I'll be borrowing it back in a minute, but we might as well save a couple of quid on the interest. So we come down here. We are crossing the river, and we have to go to the right of this oil refinery because you can't do anything else. You have to go. I'll probably experiment. Well, maybe we'll see if we can pop over the top of it. Doubtful. Anyway, we then head up there, and then we've got quite a climb until we reach the station here at Salem. And once we've done that, we have to retire all the trains on there at the moment. In fact, here is the one of the 2 last steam trains in operation. It has seen better days. It's got a little Colonel Failure bulldozer just there. Look. It's an old war horse, this one. It's not even making me any money anymore, but it is just, it's ferrying people around, and that keeps them happy. So first stop is to hang on. We're going to pay down a bit more. There we go. I need to borrow, and I've planned this out. That's the level of dedication I'm bringing to this operation. I need to borrow about 10 million. I think 10 million quid in order to build the route from Salem up to Henderson. It's not cheap. No, cheap is one of the things it's not. But that's okay. We'll get over it. And if we have a quick look at, before we press on, if we have a quick look at our annuals here, last year, as you'll see, we did 10 million quid. Although 4 million of that was due to selling a plane. This year will be slightly better because the Metroliner service will start to pick up. So as you can see, the cash is coming in already, but we need it to come in a bit more. So do we go straight for the loan, or do we? Yeah, okay. Look, it's January. We'll go straight for Loansville, and yeah, you're going to need that before you can even play with your favourite tool in the game. Right. So 10 million should cover the entire track build. Right. If it doesn't, it will be because I'm doing it in a more expensive way than the rehearsal. You can tell I'm taking this seriously when we're rehearsing. Right, high-speed track 240 and a second street connection, please. Terrain alignment collage, as you have come to expect. Right, there you go. First expense. Anything I'm missing? No. Now, we only need one platform here at Flint because well, it's the end of the line. So there's no need to invest in any more than that. Equally, there we go. Let's do a bit of that, and then we'll upgrade this to be a bit swifter. Equally, I don't need to double track any of this until about here, and I only do it there because of a little bit of an insurance policy, just in case trains bunch. Well, what are you playing at? Just in case trains bunch up too much. We'll start the double track escapades from here. There we go. While we're on the subject of level crossings, right? If you put track across road, is bad. You get lumps if you put track across road. If you put road across tracks, is good. There we go. There we go. So with the nice and level. Right. If you don't lay it over the road, and because then the road, when you lay it over the top, it will make the adjustment. There you go. I know this has bothered almost 3 people from the comments, so I thought I'd share that little tidbit of how do you make it look less bad. And there you go. That's how you make it look less bad. Right. Back to track. Right, and upgrade, please. Now, I'm not going to electrify this. Now, the original solution, which is the one that I would prefer to do because it makes more money, but we're not going to do it because I'm not now flipping egg. Because you asked me to do an Alco line, so I'm going to do an Alco line. It doesn't make as much money and it's not as fast. So I'm doing this just for you. So when this is running, you're going to have to imagine that it's way more successful than it actually is. And blame yourselves. Okay? Can't put that one on me. That one's all down to you. Stick one of those on there. And it's fair enough. Actually, it's a glorious looking train, and I look forward to it charging up and down the line. In fact, many of them charging up and down the line I am looking forward to. See, look, it's done it again here. Right, if we back that up. See, I've laid the track across the road, and the track has made adjustments to make that happen, which is why you end up with this little hump. No. That's what we say to that. And we're pretty forthright about it as well. We give them a good stern no. We will not stand for it. There you go. See, lovely and straight. I've still got a bit of an earthwork hump there, but I'll live with that. Take that across there, and so what you do is I've told you already. If you weren't paying attention, I'm not going to tell me. I'm as much as I am inclined to tell people everything twice. I'm not going to. See, the road makes adjustments, right? Track doesn't. There you go. So if your level crossings are getting you down, that's the secret to success. I just removed a building, but that's okay. I think that there is one building on this station upgrade that is about to happen that also goes by the by. But as you can see, I mean, we started with 10.5 in the bank for this in the bank, that the bank once again completely casually lent to me without, ever considering my ability to pay stuff back. Started with 10.5, we're down to 9.4, so we spent just over $1 million so far, double tracking and upgrading one station. We've got to upgrade this one as well. There we go. Ding, 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 ding. And one of those. Right. Yeah. Fire and apply. Because the expensive bit is coming up. Oh yeah. And there is a variety of expensive ways I can do this as well. Now I only need 2 tracks for this particular station because it's never going to connect to anywhere else because it's it's in the middle of nowhere. There we go. And a bit later I'll come along and do that usual, oh, I wonder if we can hop a bridge. Oh, look, we can. All of that business. I'll come back and do that in a bit. Right, so next job is to cross the river. Right, and I don't want to start mucking around with this bit too much until I've got the bridge built, because otherwise you end up with a whole bunch of unnecessary manoeuvring. So we're coming out of there, right, and we're going to have to come round the outside of here, and then hopefully something straightish up to there. If straightish is not available, I will take majestic cornering. There you go. If anybody from the now look, you see, I have this trouble every time. Getting rid of these bridges is a pain. Look at it. Look. It's not giving me any kind of hovery over. There you go. You can delete it now. Maybe it will if I... No. Come on. Maybe I have to wait for the truck to get off it. Although maybe the truck will simply despair and go, I have no meaning left in my life. I shall just stay here in the middle of this bridge. Right. Look. Let's do a bit of that. Let's turn the speed on. Let's see if he... There you go. See, look, he's got the idea. No, that's all busted, mate. I can't go up there. There we are. Right, now. Nothing on the bridge. Now, I've done this before. Now, if you... I mean, you will get bridges that are stubborn and refuse to... I want that, and then I want this, and then I want that, and then... Yeah, you see, you can grab hold of it once you've upgraded it. Don't know why, but it's the white line point down the middle that you can get rid of. Now, the reason I'm getting rid of this bridge, I don't need to tell you why I'm getting rid of this bridge, it should be incredibly obvious, is that I don't want to have to build a bridge over the top of an existing bridge. So I will relay that once I've actually got my connection up. So we want to kind of motor through this bit of woods here to around there. Now, the further away I start the bridge, the further up the hill it will be. So, for example, if I were to start up here, I'm not going to start up here. If I were to start up here, I could get all the way over there on the flat for a mere $50 million. Yep, see, not doing that. Also, yeah, you know what? I said I'd try it. Let's try it. Let's see if we can get over the top of that. No. Oh, and it's made the game unhappy. So yeah, don't even try that. That's a good way to get crashed in a hurry. Right, that looks to be kind of optimum. Now the expensive bit, no, see, look, no, you've got your angle wrong. The expensive bit is going to be the tunnel that has to be put through the hill. Oh, look at that. That's going to set me back a penny or two. Let's go a little bit further down the hill to start with, because it's the height and length of the bridge. See, I mean, like, we just halved our costs there by going a little closer, a little further down the hill. Now, I'm probably going to pay that back immediately in tunnelling costs, but what the hey. Right, 3.5 million versus, we save £500,000 by using the 200km/h bridge, so we'll do that. Right, then we'll link that up onto here. Too much slope? No, you've not given me that before. You've always complied when we've reached this point. Right, let's... Do not delete the bridge. See, and the game responds very favourably to being given stern instructions in that way. Smashing. Right, 195,000 to get up the rest of the hill. Good. This is pretty promising. And this is it. I mean, as soon as we finish this connection, we're good to go. Then we're into the real expenditure, which is buying the trains to run down it. We're going to get 7 million or so back again from selling the existing trains, but even so, it's not a cheap operation. Right. See, I told you I built those out too far. Told you. I think that's as near as we dare. Right, 4 million quid. Can we get that connected for 4 million quid? I think I'm going to come in over budget here. Well, that's 2. Oh, we about to show off just how well I forecast this. There's another 1. There we go. Change in the bank. Oh, yes. There we go. So that, not cheap, but, we've upgraded 2 stations. Right? That's worth doing for starters. We've got a bit of a tunnel. We've got a bit of a bridge. And we've connected up what will be a tidy little earner. But before I go any further, because I will forget if I don't do it now, I do need to put in this goods route again. Otherwise, I will forget, and then in 2 episodes' time, we'll be going, why is this not working anymore? What's going on here? Are these people having some kind of strike action? And no, they'll just be going, well, we'd love to do it, but we can't. Smash that around there. Little bit of an upgrade would not go amiss. Yeah, upgrade it. Upgrade that, and this, and that. There you go, everybody's happy. And then, if we're very lucky, well, we're not going to be very lucky. If it does exactly what it did last time I tried this, don't you do that. We don't need you to do anything clever. There we are. Bit of that. Remove some of those. Now, all of these roads need, we need some modernisation on these roads, and we can probably straighten the route that they're taking in the process. But that will do for the moment, as hideous as it may be. Need to get some signals on the go, and I've got to remove the electrification from here. Well, I don't have to, but, tidiness dictates that we'll de-electrify this section, because we'll keep this all diesel all the time. And that will make people joyous, I suspect. Right. Also, another comment that I'm picking up for. I'm pretty sure it's Peter that sent it, but that apparently in the new game, which this is, trucks and trains and buses and boats and everything else will auto space to avoid bunching up. It's true of your road vehicles. They do indeed space themselves out nicely. It's not true of trains, however. Trains are as reliant on your signal position as they ever were, and, in the way that I always tend to do is set them up with the thing I set them up with. Yes. Set them running in the right order coming out of the station initially. That makes a bigger difference. There we go. I think that's now all set. Just want to make sure that this bit's... Oh, no, see, now this bit's all embracing the future and what have you. And as much as I can, I can feel in my water that there's likely to be some electric number flying down here in the future, I'm going to de-electrify it now because it makes for nicer screenshots. There we go. Now, there is a section I can't do because it interferes, or it goes like, we can only do this if you delete a building. And I kind of go, I'm only mucking around with the track, sunshine. I don't need to see terrain alignment collision with the tunnel we've got going on there. So we'll leave that the hell alone. Right, next job. You, depot. Yeah. I'll unpause presently and we'll say goodbye to the Zephyrs, who were only introduced recently. I mean, how old are they? 5 years old. Depot. Yep. Would I invest in a Zephyr again? Maybe. There we go. That's my answer to that. So that's my Zephyr recommendation to you. Let's get underway. Okay, so I mean, while all this is transpiring, we will be making a few simoleons as our Metroliner continues grafting. I mean, the good thing about the Zephyr is it was a profitable service. It was it was making us some cash, but the new service will make a lot more cash than that. So we're gonna sit here and watch Metroliners and buses do their thing until the last bastion of steam, actually the last but one bastion of steam, comes a-flying through the station with flakes of rust peeling off. There's a Trabant. I mean, that would make for a nice shot, but I don't know if you can make out in the distance there. It's going to be a little while before the last but one bastion of steam makes its dramatic appearance. It's going to emerge from that tunnel some point this decade, and will come rattling to overboosters, to turbo it. Let's go. Let's not mess about. Come on. Full speed ahead. We've only been waiting a month. I've kind of built this up now. I can't go and watch something else, because to miss it would be a disaster for there's some smoke. I see smoke. Well, that's something, I suppose. Meanwhile, where's my next Metroliner? Here it comes. Flying along. Right, I'll slow down for a bit of Metroliner. That's a nice shot. What's this lump? What's going on here? I tell you, it doesn't matter what you're laying, with the points or level crossings or anything like that. This game doesn't half like to put a lump in things. I want to de-lump my track button, which I'm sure some of the wise guys in the comments will say, well, that's called skill. See, I don't need you to tell me what to do. I can berate myself. Right, here we go. The last but one bastion of steam, after some very skillful filling on my part, is making its appearance. We've got a really terrible viewpoint from here. Be nice if there was a Metroliner coming in at the same time, but that's not going to happen. But there we go. Cheerio, last but one bastion of steam. Right, while we wait for that to get to the depot, I'll show you, just as a reminder, I'll show you where the actual last bastion of steam is. It's over here, look. Now, this is the far end of the whatever it is we're building. West Coast Mainline, that's the one. Yes, smoky fella's just gone into the tunnel. They'll come out the other end. See, just in time for us to come say hi. There you go, and this is also looking, slightly worse for wear. I mean, it looked pretty damn sharp when we first introduced it, but now it's, it's tatty and electrified. I mean, I could just put a cheeky Metroliner on here now and make a bit more cash, but I'm not going to. No, I'll wait until we've completed the connection, or at least started moving it up again. And while I just wait for a minute or two to make a bit more cash. The next step for this section certainly is to roll up as far as Riverside. Now that's double-digit, if not triple-digit, millions worth of construction. But from there we can hit Waterbury, then Independence. So we'll probably head down from Independence to Waterbury first, thus extending the line we're about to make, and then we'll think about connecting the whole length of the, I don't know, continent, whatever you want to call it. Let's pay back a bit more. There we go. Smashing, straight under me gantry. So we spent a grand total of 9.6 million on construction. It's all right. We're only down 6 million. Only. I'll throw some air quotes in there. Yes, we're down by 6 million. Yes, but you know, that's okay. Right, sell that and this and that. There we go. Lovely. 7 million quid's worth of trains sold. And in the next episode, yeah, we're there. We're at the and in the next episode. I know I'm going to leave you hanging until tomorrow. Yeah, in the next episode, we will throw a train down so that these people aren't just stood there going, "When's the next train coming?" Because they're going to be stood there a while. Oh, hold on, we've got something new. Yeah, not time for you yet, sunshine, but I have a job for you in mind when 1976 rolls around. And if you want to see why 1976 is significant, you're going to have to tune in next time. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Colonel Failure. If you enjoyed this one, throw a like in its direction. It's ever so helpful if you do. And if you haven't subscribed yet, well, give it a spin. You might like it. I'll be back very soon with a little more of the same. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.